Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back. We are back, and so is the Expanse Season
Yep,
6,
finally.
Episode 1. Finally. What was
Finally.
that, a year?
Yeah, it's a year and something. It's a year and some change. It's been a
Wow.
while. It's been a long time coming. I'm excited for this show.
I'm excited, too. I had to, well, not had to, but I ended up, watching all 5 seasons
Oh,
of
you went back and
I
rewatched
went back,
everything.
dude. I went back. I
Yeah.
watched Episode 10 of
Mhm.
Season 5 earlier today, and I also
Yeah.
watched the new episode, Season 6.
Yes.
So, just wanted to make sure I had my timing right,
Your memory.
right,
Yeah, because it's been a while since the last season. So,
Yeah.
I couldn't. When the show started, I was like, I know who that is. Can't remember your name.
hmm
I couldn't remember
Exactly.
anybody's name. It's driving me crazy. I knew Jim Holden and Naomi and
Yeah.
but I was like, it just took me Christian. I forgot her name.
hmm
Was it Kamina? I forgot her name. I like
Kamina,
Kamina. She's
drummer.
awesome. Yo, she's awesome, man. She makes
Drummer
the show
is
for me.
Bobby is awesome too, man. I'm
Yes.
totally into Bobby, dude, for real. But yeah, we are back with the Rosh Hashanah with
Yes.
Holder, Amos, who is Naomi?
Naomi. You got
Mhm.
Peaches.
You got
Super
Peaches,
Soldier.
exactly. And you also have
Billionaire Super
Christian,
Soldier.
Fred
Yeah.
and Fred and Alex, they're gone.
Yeah.
We also have some super duper, I don't want to call them villains, but antagonists. So, we sort of when we reviewed Foundation, we were bashing the mess out of Gal, right?
Yes, that's fair.
Do you think
That's
that,
fair.
so, Naomi is sort of, I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling her, I mean, I know she's needed, but I don't know, man. We'll see. But I mean,
See, the thing is though, I get what you're saying.
mhm,
I don't mind Naomi. I'm okay with her as a
mhm.
character. I think she's fine. Her son can kick rocks.
Oh,
I hate
dude.
Philip so much.
Philip, Marco, all those cats, man. Oh, and here we go. Remember, we were talking about Farrah from the Foundation. It's just whenever your entire purpose is for revenge, and Marco killed millions of people.
You throw up in the bees up there. It's a lot of people he killed.
For
Either maimed or destroyed. A lot of people.
And now everyone's chasing him down, dude. I mean, well, we'll get into that, man.
Well,
You want to give a brief
yet.
overview, and then we can get into it?
All right, so the show opens up on a planet called Laconia, I think.
Laconia,
it's the second planet in one of the ring worlds, or one of the ring planets.
Mm-hmm.
And you see this girl, she's playing on the ground with some weird animals. And some animal gets sick, or I don't know what happened. Something happened, and she runs off. And it pans up to the sky, and we see this giant spaceship.
Yeah.
And I believe, and this is my thought process on it, I think there's proto-molecule on that ship.
Yeah.
Something crazy is going on with that ship.
Yeah.
And it's foreshadowing to some plot point further on. So we get that. Jump over to the Rocinante. They're in the middle of a battle. It's a shooting battle or whatever. They're
trying to shoot asteroids out the galaxy, basically.
Yeah, they're going for it. No, actually, no, that was was it the Rocinante? No, that was it was the Earth that was dealing with that.
Right.
That one.
Yeah, they were shooting. They were after some of the what do they call it? The Free Navy. Yeah,
the Free Navy was throwing the asteroids at them.
Right.
Yeah. So Earth is still dealing. So I guess I jumped ahead, but Earth is still. So you get to with Christian and Bobby, and Christian's back at the UN. She's running the world again, and they're going over the casualties and all the bad stuff that's happened to Earth since the initial thing happened, which is 187 days since it happened. Just a minute.
I mean, this. Listen, Marco's been throwing asteroids at them for, like she said, 6 months. Wow.
Yeah, just straight. When you really think about it, it's crazy because most asteroids skim across the surface of atmosphere, and
Mhm,
you don't even know they exist, or they burn up, whatever.
mhm.
So for them to directly keep hitting you with asteroids, and these things are like size of, we got cities, I
Yeah.
guess. Like, they're pretty big. They're not tiny things here.
Dropping down
Eh,
on a planet with all that force and speed, man, you're
Yeah,
creating
that's
tsunamis,
catastrophic.
earthquakes, the whole nine.
Yeah,
And not
yeah.
to mention they have drivers on the asteroid, so they're basically
Yeah, they
being
got
guided
rockets.
into, yeah,
Yeah, to
come
make
on.
sure it hits in a certain, so that, we could talk about this later, but like there's like guided missiles
Yeah,
basically,
yeah,
and they have some kind of, a navigation on it to control when it launches and where it hits and everything, which is
yeah,
crazy when you think about it. I would say that he thought this thing through thoroughly about what they're going to do, because they've trapped the retaliation on Earth. They can't leave. They got to deal
yeah,
with keep shooting these rocks out of the sky.
exactly.
So
That's
yeah,
insane, man.
Rocinante is in the space battle.
Mhm.
They're trying to they're going after the Navy, and I guess they got bounty hunters against them, and the Free
Kamina.
Navy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
The
they're yeah
Free
they're
Navy has bounties against the Roshanati and
yeah
Kamina,
Kamina.
drummer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's wild. Basically, there's two ships in the belt right now that's defending Earth
Hmm.
and Mars, if you will. So that's nuts. Like, he's taking over all of the asteroids or whatever they have large asteroids that they've turned into mining places,
Yeah.
and they have space stations. They took over basically everything past the past Earth. Anything up in there, this guy controls, which is
Hmm.
nuts.
All the rings, everything, man.
Yeah, that's a little vast. And okay, I want to get to Marco here, because
Okay, yeah. I'm not feeling Marco,
Marco,
dude.
yeah, I mean, he's got a
Mhm.
Napoleon complex or
Oh
whatever,
my
but like,
goodness, he does.
Marco doesn't really like the day to day being in charge, because you can
No.
you can kind of tell, like, he likes going to battle and causing havoc, and then sitting back with his feet up watching everything burn. But now that he took over a series,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, we need to get some water.
Hmm.
We need food. People are asking for rations. We're running out of materials." And he's just like, whatever, man. I
He's
don't
like, give
care.
me 10 years, you'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the thing that was funny about that is that Marco goes and gives a speech in a hallway somewhere, bragging about, this is going to be the capital for the
Right.
belt. He
Hmm.
doesn't really believe any of that stuff.
No.
He's longing to go back out there and just blow some stuff up. Like, that's where his heart is. And I think that I don't know about the books wise, because I haven't read this book, but as far as I think where the show is going to take it, that's probably going to lead to his downfall. That
Oh,
he's not up on the day to day operations for running these things.
yeah.
Whether it's the belt that overthrows him, or the Rocinante kind of gets to him in some capacity,
Mm.
his downfall is going to be not running this thing as a general manager or president, because
Yeah.
he doesn't care what happens to these people.
He has no political power. No, he's not politically astute. Um,
Yeah,
and again, we've said this before in other episodes, reviewing other shows and movies. When you have that revenge thing going on and you can't see past that, it's never going
yeah,
to turn out well. And
yeah.
then
That's
you
true.
have Philip.
Philip.
He is. I don't know what's going on with
Worst.
him. It's just like, dude, really? I mean, come
That
on.
kid. I've never wanted to slap somebody through my TV before.
Mhm.
I would like to punch that guy, just in general. He shot his friend. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
what's
He,
wrong with you?
yeah, man. He's having a complex too because his dad is like taking getting all the shine,
Because
and he's just like,
yeah,
oh,
because
I'm not
they
getting
don't
any
respect
shine.
him.
Yeah.
They don't respect him. Like, he's just a punk kid. But he's
you know,
realistically, none of this could have happened without him,
right.
and he knows it. but everybody's chanting Marco. So that's why I think that his lack of paying attention, maybe Philip brings him down. I don't know. I don't know. Like we're speculating. All the book people were speculating right now. I don't know.
Mhm.
We'll see because this is fairly close to the books.
Yeah.
The series has been. They made a couple changes to a couple people, but generally it's still going in a general direction. But
Mhm.
eh, it looks like he's gonna have some trouble with Philip down the road because
Yeah.
this guy does not like being second fiddle, even though he knows he did everything. He's the reason why all this stuff happened
Yeah.
because he's the one that he got the materials to do the to make the asteroids be invisible. He got the stuff from Mars,
Mhm.
and then like he killed somebody else on an asteroid or something like that. I think he launched one of the first ones. So like
Well,
Philip did a lot of stuff at the beginning of this thing.
remember he went on a research vessel and took the drives and killed everyone in there.
Yeah. So
And then
Philip's done a bunch of grunt work to
yeah.
make this thing possible, and then everyone's chanting Marcos in the middle, like eh, for a punk ass kid, like I get it, like
Mhm. He's
I get
like
why he'd be mad.
he's a little young. He's a little wet behind the ears. He's he just doesn't get it yet. I kind of
Mhm.
think that I would not be surprised if like Amos just switched him up.
Everybody's
Amos.
hoping Amos comes in here with two barrels and takes deals with this, but
Oh, you
I think,
Amos is going to Swiss something up, dude. 'Cause he's from
oh yeah,
Baltimore. Come on.
yeah, yeah, like for sure, Amos is gonna represent, but I think that whatever's going on with the Free Navy, it's either gonna be done from within
Yeah.
or Holden or Amos. These guys are gonna do something that kind of they're gonna get revenge on it, one way or the other. I think this, or even both, is probably gonna happen.
Yeah, I think, maybe even both. You may have like the factions, that he all pulled together. They may start fighting each other. And
Mhm.
then also the Earthers and the Martians, the ones who are still not, in cahoots
Yeah.
with the Free Navy, they're gonna come
Well,
after him too.
they screwed up
He
because
has the thing about Marco is this, right? Because again,
Mhm.
if you can't even conceptualize that you're killing millions of people, some even your own innocent people. And the
Yeah,
only
he doesn't care.
thing, right, you don't care, and you're just like, I just want power, I want revenge, yada yada yada. You know
Mhm.
how this is going to end. And the other thing with Philip is, you know, Philip will either just someone will off him, or he will flip on his dad.
Yeah, that's a possibility too.
So
Because you're not neither of these guys, like they thought about the initial strike, and then that's when they turned their brains off. Because once they stop these asteroids hitting Earth, Earth is coming,
yeah,
and so is Mars.
I don't
Mars is building
understand that.
ships right now. Like
Yeah,
they're not done. They just you didn't win yet. You've mortally wounded this animal, but the animal is still dangerous.
I
They
don't
have
get that, man.
because the thing is too, like these guys, they were getting all their water from Earth and food because the Earth was supplying the belt with food,
Right. Hmm.
and now Earth is like screwed. They don't have
They're
food
not
on for
getting
themselves.
anything, dude.
They're not getting any resources from Earth now, and you don't have enough from the belt by itself.
Hmm.
Because like that lady she was talking about, maybe we can do hydroponics or whatever in a series and
Hmm.
grow it here. But the only thing they have to the benefit is they have the ring worlds, so they can actually go get stuff from the ring world. But they don't have the thing about being in space is that space stuff, but these guys can't go and land on the planet because you
Yeah.
saw like in the past series when Naomi went to the planet, she was hemmed up. So
She was
it's not
totally hemmed
good.
up.
That was not a good day for her going to the planet. So it's not like they can just go down there and farm for some food or whatever. They're still dependent on Earth to send them things,
Yeah, it's
and
not that.
you cut that off completely. So how long could they go without resources? I don't
Yeah.
know.
The first episode was called Strange Dogs. I'm not quite sure why, but we'll figure it out after a few episodes. But you're talking about what is old girl's name? I think that's his right hand. Okay, Rosenfeld, right?
Yeah.
Kathleen Robinson. She played the chief of staff in, I think it was a Stars show called Boss. Pretty good
Okay.
show. That's how I was first introduced to her. But so now Christian she's back on top. She has a very, quick mouth.
I
She
like Christian, man.
Yeah, she
Christian's
likes to
awesome.
curse. She has like a tongue like a Navy sailor. She just
Yeah,
likes
she's
to throw out
sassy.
those zingers. You know what I'm saying? And so Bobby's her right hand woman.
Hmm.
Um, I'm all into Bobby because Bobby doesn't take any mess. Bobby
Yeah,
will swish you up if she has to, and you can tell when she was like a soldier with the Martians, she was just like
yeah. She's
swissing
not. She's
people
not
up.
messing around.
She's not
Yeah,
messing
yeah.
around, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, you have that crew, and then they're on Earth, and they're trying to figure out what's going on, how to combat like
Mhm.
Marco and his crew, and they're starting to figure things out. Like for instance, when they were on the Roshanati, right?
Mhm.
Um, they figured out that, oh, wait a minute, because were destroying the ships that were near the asteroid, and then they found out that, hey, this asteroid had a drive on it, and they pulled the data. They were
Yeah.
able to see, like, oh, wait a minute, there is a ship controlling all this. They call it a
Mhm.
spotter ship, right? And
Yeah.
they're like, hey, this ship may be in dark mode. Like the ship is in dark mode, just like guiding all these
Yeah.
ships, these asteroids to, collide into, planets and things of that nature. So they figure that out.
Mhm.
So the first episode was really building up the season, It was
Yeah.
like, hey,
There's some good things to look forward to,
right,
for
we
sure.
are back. These are some like little markers we're going to drop, and
Hmm.
we will come back to the second episode. I'm also very happy that Amazon is feeding us an episode a week.
I mean, it's good for our show because we have to
Right.
crush everything one day. But
Right.
like, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
I I prefer because like at the end of the show, I was like, damn it, I gotta wait another week. But like,
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. It's fine because the show is that good that I care enough to be like, I'll wait another week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that.
What's the
But
deal
I would
with
rather,
Peaches? I mean, like, what? I mean, I know where she came from based on like,
yeah,
season 5. But she has this. I don't know. She does something where she bites down on her teeth or something, and then she becomes
yeah. She got
crazy and
the
starts, you know,
she turns into a super soldier.
yeah,
She's got this something. She got some tech put into her
yeah,
to make her
mm-hmm.
strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So,
that's the see the thing though. I like well written characters
mm-hmm.
and everybody. I hate Philip, but Philip's well written. Like I understand his motivations. He's not just randomly doing something because he felt like it.
Mm-hmm.
All the characters are let's say this is I want to explain this to a lot of people with these shows, these showrunners. Put together a quality cast of people and give them good motivations for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like everybody on this show, even people I hate their character, they're still well written and they're interesting. Like Christian is an amazing character on the show.
Yeah, she's
Like
pretty.
her motivations,
Mm-hmm.
why she does things, like you can see like the logic and why she thinks the way she does and all the adversity and stuff that she's gone through. Just like
Mm-hmm.
so, like when you say, she's in charge of the UN, like, all right, I can see that.
Yeah,
It's perfect character. Like
she's
you know
in
what I'm saying?
charge.
Like it's believable.
Yeah,
She looks like somebody who would be in charge.
she's also
Especially with her
cunning
voice.
too, right? She's also
Yeah, yeah.
cunning. She's like, man, she doesn't play around, and she's
Hmm.
smart too. She's on a tech. She's on. She's super into tech. She's into
Yeah.
all this stuff, and
Yeah.
so
And she
I
understands
do
the
like her
politics of
character.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
exactly.
understands like the
Hmm.
politics of okay, when she was running against the other president
Yeah, the younger
before,
one.
like she
Hmm.
understood, oh, okay, well, she's gonna beat me because she's young and energetic, whatever. And she's looking at the politics of how she ran before and all these things. Like I like that. Like it well written, well thought out, and just interesting people. And the actors and actresses on these shows are phenomenal. Like there's nobody who sucks.
Mhm.
Like, you can hate Marco or whatever, but like he's a good actor.
He's
If I saw
yeah.
him in life, I'm like, yeah, I would get a beer with you, my friend.
I'll be
Like,
like, I have to
oh
like,
yeah.
I would have to bend down a little bit because he looks super short, you know, like, hey, sir, how are you? You know, um, but what do you think
Yeah.
about his character? You know, I know you were
Mhm.
saying that they're doing a great job with the writing. Do you think they're
Yeah.
also doing a great job with the writing when it comes to Naomi?
Yeah, well, she's got motivations for she's torn between the belt and Earth, and her actually not even Earth to Jim. She's torn between these two because Jim forces her to be on Team Earth,
Mm,
and she has a backstory. She was part of the Marco's uh whatever you want to call it, his insurgency before that. She was part of that, and
mm,
like her character, she killed like hundreds of people or whatever in some kind of spaceship thing that she overrid something on their spaceship. She
yeah,
had like
hmm,
some kind of code because
yeah,
it happened to the Rocinante,
mm,
and so that's how she knew to watch out. But like I'm just saying, like
yeah. She
she
actually
has it.
fixed that problem too.
Yeah, but she
Mm,
she has a good backstory. Like
mm,
all of the characters have had a decent arc where I'm interested in what happens to them,
mm,
whether I agree with it or not, or because obviously we're rooting for the good guys on the show, but you know, I am at least interested in what happens. There's no characters here that when they come on screen, I'm like, oh my god, fast forward. Like just I'm not seeing people like that at least now. Like even though I want to wring Philip's neck, like
I may be there with Naomi, to be honest with you.
okay, but like because she's on the Rocinante, everything she says is important to the plot, so I
Right.
can't skip ahead of even if I wanted to.
Do
But
your
like,
engineering stuff and okay, I'm not even going to get into that
I
yet
you know what
because we're in the first
I
episode.
I get why she's mad with Peaches, but like, come on, man. There's bigger
She's
things
just
going on.
she's angry all the time at nothing. It's because of what she's dealing with. Her it's something that's
Yeah,
happening with her.
it whatever personal thing. Yeah, you're right. Your personal struggle. But I'm just saying, like,
Mhm,
with you're on the ship, and I know Amos brought her on there after she was a terrorist or whatever, and
mhm.
everyone's upset about that. But let's be real here. She's been useful,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
she turned her life around. All of you people on the ship have turned their life around at some point in time. Naomi holding a grudge is kind of silly, especially when you're in the heat of battle right now. That's kind of silly.
Yeah.
I
Any
could get like I'm not gonna sit next to you, whatever, but
mhm.
she's still like she's looking over and like that was kind of dumb.
She is the mother of Philip, and so yeah, she has something to do with that dude.
Yeah, that story between them is messed up because she
Oh
just
my
basically left
goodness.
them to.
Like, dude, I'm out of here. I'm out. Peace. I can't deal with you anymore. I need
Yeah,
oxygen and water.
yeah, she just bounced. And then yeah, she tried to offer like, yeah, man, this complex, good characters. Like, okay, is there people that you really really like on this show? Like, you're just excited to see their character growth or whatever is going on with the storyline.
Yes, Bobby. you know.
Okay, that's fair.
um no, but like I think out of all the characters, I really like Christian. You know,
Yeah,
she's just bossy, man. She's just a boss. I'm just like, okay, she gets it done. I also like Amos because he's a sleeper.
mhm.
If you push the wrong button,
Yeah, he's gonna snap. He can take
it's
he take care of business. I
it's
like.
pretty much over. I did like Alex too, but they got rid of him.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Alex was cool because he
oh,
was like
Kamina
the.
too. I like Kamina. She's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
drummer. She's pretty slick too. I like her, and she's still
She's
alive,
had a
so
good
that's
list.
cool.
She's gone through like she had her spine crushed. She's gone through some stuff, man. I
She has gone through
This
some
is the thing though,
stuff,
like
huh?
it's not about like tough females or whatever. Like it's not about that. Like these are good characters. Like
Yeah.
Kamina's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I from the time she came on screen, I'm like, all right, let's go. That's a badass right there. I
Yeah.
respect that.
Kamina
And the
is
thing is
dope.
too, you could see like, okay, she's seen some things. So when she's talking tough to you, she's gonna back it up with something.
Mhm.
Like you can kind of tell, like, oh yeah,
But you know what? Just cycling through all 5 seasons,
yeah. Hmm.
Kamina, she's also passionate and sensitive to her crew. She just doesn't, I'm the captain and what I say
Yeah,
goes.
you would say, yeah.
She's like really, I mean, her character is, it's pretty impressive how whatever the writers for her character, they
Hmm.
did a really good job. They did a great job with you. You're right, man. The writers, they really hit that on the head. Even with Naomi, even though I'm not a huge fan of Naomi, she like
Yeah,
I understand her character and the
yeah.
writing
You
for
get the
her.
motivations because
And
like
yeah,
for most TV shows, people do things to move the plot forward, but they don't make any sense.
yeah.
Because like we had that with Foundation.
Hmm.
You know, people were doing things that help the plot. But I'm
Right,
like, why are you doing this though?
right, mhm,
This is
right.
dumb. But
Please
like,
don't say anything. I'm like,
we're
I'm
not
gonna
gonna.
like this is the box right here. I'm gonna put you in this like little small cube right here.
Yeah, but like with this show, like we've seen enough seasons right now,
Mm,
and I respect people's motivations for why they did stuff. Like
yeah.
even with Marco, right?
Mm,
Marco's had a battle with what's been going on with the justices with the belt because Earth and Mars have been on top for this entire time, and the Belters have been scrounging for fresh air and just a
mhm,
drop of water. Like they've been getting kicked down the totem pole at the bottom of the pyramid for a lot. So like I would get how somebody like that can come up in this environment and be like, I want revenge on these guys. I'm gonna put you in the same place we are in and see how you like it. Like I get that. I totally
mhm.
understand that. And for him, somebody who's only motivated with revenge, it would make sense that he has no interest in running anything.
Complete
You can
narcissist,
tell like
dude.
complete narcissist. He has
Mhm,
no idea how to be in charge, except for on a spaceship that's trying to be a pirate or whatever. That's the
right.
only thing he knows how to do. So his Achilles heel is going to be sitting on the space station giving orders for stuff because he doesn't know
Now,
how to do it.
is it me or does some of the Belters sound like Jar Jar from Star Wars?
I mean, they got their accent. Everybody's got the Belter
Yeah, I'm
accent,
like, what did
and
he
they say
just
their
say, dude?
words.
Let me put the like subtitles on
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
subtitles on for
You
sure.
gotta, yeah, for
I
real.
I like that there's a definite culture for the belts, and
Mhm,
it's obvious. Just like Mars has like a military scientist type culture over there, so like you can see the difference between these two fractions, and it's interesting like that rather than I'm American,
mhm.
I'm Jamaican or whatever, and this person's from England. Like you can tell there's different cultures here, and it kind of
Yeah,
feels the world feels lived in
mhm,
rather than here's some people saying some lines. I think that's the
yeah.
best way to describe it.
You know
It
the
feels like the real world.
the Expanse. This is this show is put together well. You can't front on that. It's just
Mhm.
they put some money into it. I mean, what do you think about the visual effects and the graphics and everything?
Oh, it's top notch.
On
Because
point, right?
I was just thinking about this, and it was one of the questions I had. I was checking out Babylon 5 because I've
Mhm.
never seen this show. I was more Star Trek, but I've heard of this show and I've never seen it.
Man,
And so
that's a cult show,
yeah,
dude.
it's a
Hmm.
cult. It's a cult
Hmm.
classic show.
Hmm.
And so I was watching it and I was like, yo, like look how far we've come with special effects. Like these ships, you're like, oh, that's 3D. That is terrible 3D. Look at
Right?
that guy's mask. Like that looks silly. But like
Hmm.
this is seamless right now. You have spaceships that are moving around that look like real spaceships. Like
Yeah,
they're getting damaged and the correct stuff is falling off the ship when it gets hit. Like it's detailed to a level unforeseen in 4K. Like this is amazing what we're able to do right now. And
man.
it's not even that long a time when you really think
Yeah.
about it.
No, it isn't. Graphically, visually, man, it is like bananas. I mean, just when
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about like what they do in
Mhm,
space, which is totally like sick, right? Even the
mhm.
stuff they show on the planet, like on Earth and the belt, on Mars. Totally awesome. Totally
Well,
just swift and on point.
they filmed this show in Toronto.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
on a soundstage. They filmed it
Mm-hmm.
here, and
Mm.
yeah, it's incredible. Like, one of my favorite things about the Expanse is that space travel is realistic. Like, it
Yeah,
takes a
for
toll on your
sure.
body.
Mm-hmm.
People who live in space that haven't have gravity around them because they're walking around, but they're using boots that are they attach to metal
Right. Mm-hmm.
objects, and that's how they're holding ground on the space. Like, that's how they're not floating around. And so, like, it has a realistic feel for the universe because if you're traveling too far, it'll kill you. If you're going
Mm-hmm.
too fast, if you're going taking too many G's,
Yeah. And,
and
and and
even if
that's what happened to Alex.
yeah,
He had a stroke because he caught too many G's.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love the realism for the show. Granted, there's a magic ring that people are flying across the galaxy or whatever, but like the idea of how the spaceships are run, or
I
even
mean, you said a magic ring.
yeah,
Wait a minute. What about Babylon 5? It's just like,
oh yeah,
hey,
yeah,
how do we
yeah,
go back and forth, right? So
yeah, yeah.
it's they just took that, and you can tell and feel that they took
Mhm,
some elements from other places, blended in with, like, just the Expanse as a
mhm,
book, as a series. And now what they have with the show, again,
mhm,
creativity. Someone said, I'm gonna do it this way, but I'm gonna stay true to the book. I mean, right now I'm really feeling it. The other
mhm.
really cool thing is how they blend low tech with all of this high tech. Let's not forget that even though this is in the future and everything else, they still don't have the ability to transport from one place to another. They still have to get
Yeah,
on a ship and go wherever they need to go, right?
yeah.
So they
It's
they're not,
still
that technology isn't there yet, right?
yeah.
And the
It
other
feels.
thing is, what's
Oh,
up?
go ahead. Yeah. No. Yeah. Go. No. Go ahead. Go ahead. And make
Oh,
your
okay,
what you're
okay.
saying.
So
Yeah.
like with the low tech stuff in
Mhm,
season 5, they had shipping containers.
mhm. Yeah.
Remember, Monica was stuck in a shipping container. They had
Yeah.
shipping containers on Tycho. And I was just like,
Mhm,
okay. And then they have these seat belts that you have to manually buckle, not something
mhm.
that just comes over you um,
Yeah. Yeah. I
automatically. So I
yeah.
think the blending of low tech and this high tech
Mhm.
stuff is pretty cool with the Expanse.
So let me ask you this:
What's up?
what are the biggest storylines that you think we need to be watching out for?
The people that are interesting or moving forward who will be interesting to me is definitely Christian, right? She is interesting, period.
Yeah.
And
100%.
she's been there from season 1, right?
Yeah, she's there from the beginning. Well, she's about to send Bobby on some secret mission, so
Right, because
something's going on with her.
they have data that, hey, there is a spotter ship, and now they have all this, like, information that
Mhm,
they decrypted, or it was encrypted and they were able to break the code, and now they know all this stuff. So I also think Bobby is very interesting, but
mhm.
the person who's going to have for me, a super duper interesting storyline is, I mean, we can obviously say Holder because he is the
Yeah.
captain, he is the star,
Yeah.
right?
Holden's gonna be big. He's the main part of the show. Like,
Yeah.
no
Mhm.
question for sure.
I think it's going to be Christian and Bobby, because
Mhm.
Bobby is working for Christian, and Christian is cunning, dude. She does not play around.
Well, she said that she doesn't just because she said that we're basically limping along,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to do something that's major to swing this tide.
Mm-hmm.
In essence, I'm
Mm-hmm.
paraphrasing, but yeah, I think whatever mission she's sending Bobby on is going to be high stakes with high risk, high reward type thing.
I, I think
So
um, I think low key, Camino may have a really interesting story, and the reason why I say that is because
mhm,
the whole thing with Marco is the Belters don't have a voice. We, Earthers and the Martians basically just say, no, you can't have this. We
yeah,
are
you can't.
going
They
to
don't
feed
care.
you these things, right? So I think
Yeah.
if nothing else, it's just like, hey, you know what? The Belters should be a part of this alliance, right?
Well,
And
that's
if
what
that's
Fred was trying to do.
yeah, and if that's the case, I think Kamina may be the person to run that, to, I guess the president or whatever, right?
Yeah, if they got rid of Marcos tomorrow,
Yeah.
Kamini would probably have to run the belt.
They're not getting
She's got
Marco
enough.
is getting rid of. Marco is over,
Well, she's got to survive too, though, so we don't know what could happen
Yeah.
to her between now and
Camino.
then.
What do you
I
think?
think that
Who's your person?
Well, I think that a big storyline is still going to be the ring planets
Yeah.
because they started the first thing you saw on the show was a girl on one of these planets.
Mm-hmm.
So something and it had the same machines, the alien machines from that was on the other planet. Was it season 4 or season 5? I can't remember what season.
It's
I think it's
season
season
5.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
there's a because the Martians went through the defector Martians went through the ring
Yeah.
and with the proto molecule.
Yep.
So something crazy is going to happen with the ring planets for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever planet they went through, that because that guy he's basically running like a militia over there with his
Right.
ships and his team. So I
But
think something that's
mm,
going to happen for sure. Definitely something with Jim. Jim's going to be a big storyline.
Holder, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
he's the captain, dude.
yeah, he's
I
the
think
captain. I
it's
mean,
just
that's a
like
layup though.
it's a layup. Okay, you said Holder. What? Give me a second character because we know Holder's gonna have a story. What about a second character?
Marcos is obvious and
Mm-hmm.
Holden's obvious. Like there's the two main things. So what I say? I said the ring planets for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby for sure. She's on some secret mission right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hmm. Somebody who's gonna have, I guess Amos. Amos is gonna have something big with him too, or it's probably gonna be with Peaches too. But like, yeah, Amos is gonna have a big thing.
All of the main characters,
Mm-hmm.
Camino, who's a Belter, Bobby, who's a Martian. So now, and we also have Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you also have Miller. I'm sorry, not Miller, Holder, who is also an Earther. So those three individuals working together like they've been working together, who knows? Maybe they may be in control of, the Martians, the Belters, and the Earthers. Those three people who are a lot younger than Chris Jan. But don't mess
Yeah,
with Chris Jan because she doesn't play around.
Yeah, well, they're for sure they're going to have huge impact into that in the
Yeah.
solar system for
Mhm.
sure. Is there anybody that besides Naomi that you do not like on the show?
Naomi.
I like the actress. I
Remember,
like the character.
if we don't like someone, we got to say it quick. We can't think about it because we know we don't like them, right? So it's just like
I don't like Philip. And see the thing is though, I want to say the character.
Philip.
Being,
Okay, you're right.
the
You're right. I
actor.
don't like Philip. Yeah,
I don't like
is a weird
Philip.
character.
I
yeah.
don't mind Marcos. I think he's charismatic, and I get why people are following him. I don't mind him. I don't mind Naomi either. She
And
gets on my nerves sometimes because she's always about herself and not the
right.
big picture.
She's
But that's
always about her.
right.
She's neurotic too. But you know what? You're absolutely right. Naomi is annoying, but I do like her character. It's written really well. So I'm just playing around now. But I think Philip is that may be my number one character I'm not really feeling because he's young.
Yeah.
He sort of doesn't know what's going on.
He's annoying.
Naomi is a huge part of what's going on.
She's
super smart.
She's important.
She is super important.
I like the actress.
Yeah.
And I like the character.
I
agree with her motivation sometimes.
Yeah.
But I like the actress. She's amazing.
Yeah,
and
she's
I like the character.
I agree. You're totally right. Philip, I mean, it's Philip and Marco for me, dude, all day.
Philip can kick rocks, all right?
Yeah, Philip and Marco. Marco is just like what for me, Marco.
I like Marco. I like him, man. He's charismatic.
He is, but you know what?
I know.
Hitler was charismatic.
Like
you know what I'm saying? Right?
I know. I understand.
Mussolini was charismatic, right? Come on.
He's the motivation is just one sided. Like He's got that one
That
motivation.
that fool is
And
like
I
Joel
get you.
Osteen. He's a super motivational speaker, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I get it though. I get it. I like him though. Like I see where he's coming from. I don't agree with it, and I hope he catches 2. But
Oh, he's gonna
that's
catch
fine.
3, dude. Just like Fred did, because
Catch some hot ones,
um,
man.
Sakai, who shot Fred, they
Mhm.
haven't talked about her, but she was arrested, obviously. Um, but he
Mhm.
caught 3, so who knows? I mean, Marco, but
Yeah,
Marco is interesting. He's Marco's character, again, very fanatical. Just a
mhm.
megalomaniac.
He's a crazy person.
A narcissist. I mean, like, I can't even think of other names to throw at this guy, right?
Yeah,
Um,
he's a lunatic. Yeah.
but I think sometimes with these shows, early on, they get rid of characters. They're like, okay, you know what? We know that you're
Mhm.
super annoying. Let's just get rid of you, or whatever happened in your real life, right? So
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I think if there is someone who we don't see first, it will be Philip.
I think Philip is probably integral to this plot. So I think he's probably gonna bring down his father in some capacity, or he's going to severely weaken him from a boneheaded move.
Yeah,
Phillips, he's going to be a problem for sure, because they're giving you the impression that he's reckless,
right.
because he's going around slowing, throwing things. He shot his best friend. He's salty about his father's fame and
Mhm.
whatever. So they put all the breadcrumbs down to show you that this guy's reckless and he's gonna do something really dumb, or he's gonna bring the downfall for what these guys accomplished so far.
So let's wrap this up, man. Give me your rating on The Expanse Season 6, Episode number 1. I am so excited.
I am already on board, so I it's like an 8.5 for me.
Mhm,
And Philip took off the 1.5.
mhm.
So that's all. But like, I'm on board. I love this show. I love the actors. I love the actresses. Everything's great. Even Philip is great. The
Mhm,
guy who plays Philip. Kudos to you. We're just making fun here, but I like the show. I like
mhm,
everything here. 100%. All the breadcrumbs are there. I'm
mhm.
excited for what's coming next, because there's gonna be more space battles. There's gonna be more
Oh,
intrigue,
oh my
political
goodness, yeah.
drama.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm ready to go. 8.5 for me. Let's go.
Okay, so wait a minute. You said 8.5. So, and because of Philip, that you took away, you removed
Yeah,
1.5.
I
So,
took a 1.5 because I know he's gonna be the downfall for something in this show. I
mhm.
don't know what it is. I don't know when it's coming. That's when the show is gonna pop up to a 10.
I am going to also give it an 8.5, because they really just season episode 1 was just all about building, creating, like,
Yeah.
storyline moving forward. Was still able to see some awesome visual effects. Got the crew back together on the Rossonati. And minus Alex, because obviously he's gone. He had a
R.I.P.
stroke.
Alex.
You know, Twitter got rid of him. So he's gone. And
Mhm.
but no, this is like The Expanse, man. It's really, you made a really good point about how, if you look at where shows were, sci-fi
Mhm.
shows, and where they are now, where we are now with this,
It is
the
crazy.
technology is better, everything
Mhm.
is better. Just even how people, just the showrunners and the directors, the different camera angles they want, and the color grading they want on all these shows and everything else. It's totally
Mhm.
awesome, man. 8.5. The first show of season 6, The Expanse. I guess we are in for a lot of action moving forward, because that's one
Yes.
thing that you have to really give props to when it comes to The Expanse. They
Mhm.
don't play around when it comes to the action.
Yeah, they don't take any days off. The
They don't
Expanse is
take
like,
any
let's
days
go.
off, dude. Well, folks, there you have it. Another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.
All right.